Hey guys, let's jump right into today's video. I am talking all about the do's and the don'ts of maintaining healthy hair. Alright, so a lot of people are wearing wigs or wearing weaves, wearing braids, but are they really taking care of their hair underneath? Okay, like, are they really focusing on the hair, or they just want to look good? Because at the end of the day, the wigs and the weaves will come off, but what about the hair underneath? All right, so here are a few little tips that I've learned because I have grown my hair after my horrible hair breakage story when I went to the Dominican salon and they burnt out my hair, and literally my hair was falling out in clumps, like clumps of hair. Okay, so just to start off, I wanted to say you have to wash your hair at least every 2 weeks, okay? And why I said 2 weeks is because if you have braids in, I understand braids take a long time to put in. So if you just do it for 2 weeks, you'll be fine, especially if you're wearing a wig. Because if you're wearing a wig and you're wearing braids, then you're not really having your hair exposed to all the pollutants and stuff like that. However, if you don't wash your skin for 2 weeks, you're going to notice something's going to be like a little off. So your scalp is your skin, so you need to wash it to get all the residue, the dirt. It just builds up, all right? So dead skin out, all the dandruff, whatever the case may be. So please wash your hair. I know I used to be like, oh, I'm gonna wash my hair once a month, but then it was hell detangling it because your hair sheds every single day. So imagine you didn't wash your hair for a month and you had the braids in, and now you take it out, your hair's gonna be a little bit knotted, so it's gonna be extra sensitive. It's gonna be like super hard to comb your hair out. Then you're gonna have all this hair falling out and you're gonna think your hair's falling out, but it's not really falling out. That's just what it does. And then it's like your hair stink. It's a month you didn't wash it. Imagine not washing for a month. This is your scalp, it's your skin. And it just, I don't know, stimulates your scalp when you rub it and then you put the products on that helps your hair. You know what I'm saying? So please wash your hair every 2 weeks. Do not do this 1 month thing thinking, oh, your hair grows longer because it's 1 month. Your hair's going to grow when it's going to grow. Depending on your genes, that's how your hair grows. That's just it. You know what I'm saying? And the reason why, if you notice that it's probably not growing, are a few other little things that I'm going to touch on in this. So we got that. Wash your hair. Wash your hair, all right? And wash it when you have the braids. Even if you have a sew-in, I suggest washing it every 2 weeks. One, the hair and the sew-in is going to get way down anyway, so don't you want it to look nice and fresh and bouncy? So wash it, all right? And then try to wash it early in the morning, like on a Saturday or Sunday, where you have all day for it to actually dry. Because you don't want to go out and then your hair is still wet underneath. You know what I'm saying? But even if you do go out, just make sure that the actual weave hair is dry, so that way your scalp will dry eventually. But don't go to sleep right after you wash your hair and your scalp and your braids are dry. That's just going to probably breed mildew, and it's just going to make your hair smell funky, and you don't want that happening. All right, so always use a deep conditioner. So if you're washing your hair every 2 weeks, I think you can use a deep conditioner every time you do that, because you want to add moisture back to your hair, especially if your hair is of a coarser texture. Then that hair, like your oil glands in your scalp, don't really make it all the way down your strands. That's why you probably, like other hair textures, need to wash their hair like every 3 days or something, because the oil literally just is straight. So it just goes straight down to the tips and it moisturizes the hair, and then it leaves it greasier faster. So if you're wearing braids, it's not really going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So your scalp is probably still just holding up all that oil, and you need to get rid of it. And you want to use the deep conditioner because, like I said, the oils probably aren't getting all the way through the braids to get down to the roots, the ends of your hair. All right, so use a deep conditioner. The brand that I use that I like is Ottawa. Ottawa is a really good deep conditioner. I also like Verb. The Verb Ghost deep conditioner. No, maybe it's Ghost, but it's Verb. Okay, it's in a white bottle. All right, you could get that off of Amazon. You could probably get it off of Sephora as well. Alright, so you want to add moisture to your hair scalp. I'm going to piggyback on what I just said. So you want to make sure that your scalp and your hair is moisturized, especially when you're wearing braids and you're wearing wigs. And if you're wearing glueless wigs, that's an extra plus, because you can always take it off and moisturize your scalp in between, like every other night. You know what I'm saying? So you don't get flakes, and just so your scalp doesn't get neglected. Okay, so you want to moisturize. And for your hair, what I use is my hair oil. It's on my site, mercycouturewigs.com. It's made made with essential oils. It's made with amazing, amazing herbs that are perfect for hair growth, perfect for dry scalp, perfect for lack of trying to not halt the gray process, perfect for nourishing your scalp. It's stimulating your scalp. Like I said, dandruff. It's really, really good. Good for itchy scalp and everything. And it's great for moisturizing your hair. It's a light oil, it's almond oil, so it's not too heavy. All right, and I use that pretty much like, well, right now I'm not using it. I put it in like before I dyed it, just because it is oil, and oil, no matter what it is, even a light serum. I probably could use a little bit of oil, but I just don't, because it feels moisturized. It doesn't feel dry when I have my braids and my wigs in. I think it's perfect. And when I have my naturals, my twist outs and all that stuff, definitely use the oil. Definitely, because your hair will dry out if you're putting products. Try not to use products with alcohol, which is so hard to avoid, because that also adds to the dryness of your hair when you put like gel in it. And I noticed, like, I used to put mousse. This is a sidebar, I'm just diverting. All right. So I put mousse in my hair when I had a twist out, and then I was like, why is it so crunchy? Of course, because it has alcohol in it. So now I just use solely gel, more like a cream, like a curl custard kind of cream. That's what I use, and a little bit of maybe some styling, not styling gel, but anything curling gel related, I'll use that. All right, and that also will help with maintaining the style and the frizz and stuff like that. All right, so you want to use little to no heat, and this is going to be hard. I know people want, if you want the straight look, try to straighten your hair at least 3 times a year, maybe once every 4 months. When you're about to get a trim, that's probably when you should straighten your hair, is when you're getting a trim, because you don't really want to straighten your hair, trim your hair when it's curly, because then the curls are going to be all over the place. How are they going to know everything is straight? Because now if you straighten your hair and your hair is choppy because they cut it while it's curls, you're going to be pissed off. All right, so I suggest that you use little to no heat. Only if you're doing like a blowout and a trim, then you can just, or a length check, and then you can see, all right, how long my hair is. But try to avoid heat. I did a no heat thing for about 5 months. It was amazing. I did twist outs, and then after like 3-4 days, after I was annoyed with the twist outs, I just braided my hair and put a wig on. Okay, so it was okay for me. I was working from home, so I wasn't tired afterwards. I could just do my hair right after work and, keep it moving. But I definitely didn't have any troubles with not using any heat, because I use products that helps me detangle my hair. So the real product, 2 products that I really love that help detangle my hair is Paul Mitchell's The Detangler. It's a conditioner. I don't know, it worked on my texture hair. It was amazing. You got to put a lot in it if you have very thick hair, so you can really get the comb through. And then Melanin. Oh my God, leave-in conditioner. It's like a multi-use conditioner, and I posted it in my previous video, but it is amazing. Okay, so I also use that as a leave-in conditioner, not really as a conditioner. Use it more as a leave-in, because it says leave-in, but people use it as a conditioner. They use it as a styling gel. I used it for twist outs. I just love it. Melanin. You can get it at Sephora. You can get it at on Amazon. It is amazing. All right, so I suggest you do that. And oh, I did say it, get regular trim, so we already talked on that. I would say, like I said, get trim every 3 months if you can, or sometimes if you do a lot of styling with your hair, a lot of heat on your hair, maybe every 8 weeks. And if your hair is very, very dry and you notice a lot of split ends happens a lot, I would do like at least every 3 months max. I kind of messed up and did it like 5 months recently. Last time I had was in November. It's currently the end of April. So I just got my hair trimmed, but it's okay. I'm going to go back to the other person that I get it trimmed next time I get it trimmed in the summertime, probably like August. I'll get a trim and see how my hair is looking then. But you definitely need trims because, and don't do it by yourself. If you're not a professional, don't do it by yourself, okay? Just, oh, let me sip. It's the weekend, boo. Yes. So don't do your hair by yourself. Get somebody to do your hair. Okay, get a professional, because they can see everything. They can see the angles. They can see what's there. They can check out the back. They can make everything even, and they're a professional. That's what they do. So especially if you're going to get your big trim, don't try to do it by yourself, because you're not, I don't know, just don't. You don't want to jack up your hair after all this time and all this money you spent on trying to grow healthy hair, and now you done jacked up the hair and your haircut looks all messed up. So just stick with the professionals, okay? Yes, I do not cut my hair. What I may do is look at some split ends and like cut them, like, you know, oh, hair. But I'm not like, oh, cut. No. Imagine how my hair's cut would look. I am not doing that. Can I see the back? No, I'm not doing any of that stuff. I will pay go to Dominicans, even though I said earlier about the story, but listen, they'll cut your hair for $20, or you could go to the high-end salon that'll cut your hair for like $50. So it depends on what your budget is, but either or, just go somewhere where they know what they're doing. Just don't go to anybody. Try to make sure that they do good hair, because hopefully they'll know how to also trim hair. Alright, and then you want to make sure that your hair is wrapped up at night. Don't just go put it in a ponytail and be like, I don't want my man to see me in a bonnet. Well, that's fine. You can do whatever you want to do, but just make sure and know that, not make sure, but just know that sometimes your edges might come out. Because I have slept a couple of times without a bonnet when I had my braids in, and when I was probably like done, this must have been like I had it in for like a week and a half, and I was like, whatever. But I did notice that my edges would be a little drier. And that's because of all the friction with the pillow. But I sleep on a satin pillow, so it's not like I'm sleeping on a cotton. Girl, when I slept on that cotton pillow one night, I thought my face was going to break out. Like, I'm so spoiled. I don't even want to deal with that anymore. So, get yourself a satin pillowcase. Get yourself a satin bonnet. Get yourself some a silk scarf. But just make sure you wrap it, especially for the edges, because the friction is real. Next, do use my hair oil. Oh my God. It has so many great ingredients. It's almond oil, nettle leaf, marshmallow root, sage, rosemary, lavender flower, slippery elm, burdock, peppermint oil, argan oil, Jamaican castor oil. It is amazing for moisturizing your hair and for maintaining like moisture throughout the ends and retaining length. That is also good. So if you do want to keep growing long hair and healthy hair, retaining the length is key. Now here are the don'ts. Don't use cheap products. Don't use cheap products. Cheap products aren't going to get you but so far, okay? Because if you read the ingredients, always read the ingredients on stuff that you use too, by the way. Eat, ingest, put on your hair, topical, whatever. Always read ingredients. You will see like half of the ingredients are chemicals that you're like, what the heck is this? And then there'll be like one for aloe, or, you know, this is tea tree, and it's like a whole other chemically enhanced kind of version of it. Use excellent products. I like It's a 10, Ottawa, Jane Carter. I like Paul Mitchell. I love It's a 10. I don't know if I said that already. I love Caviar, Alterna products. Use good products. They might cost you $20 a pop, but $30 a pop, but they are good. Like, the products in it are really good. It's laboratory tested. It's amazing. You want to use amazing products so you can have amazing hair. Cheap products will have cheap chemicals and cheap ingredients in it. You want ingredients that are going to benefit the health of your hair, all right? Then, applying heat. I went about 5 months without applying heat. The reason why I did that is because I said the heat will basically just dry out my hair, and all I'm doing is twist outs and braids. I'm not wearing it straight. So I didn't really need to straighten my hair. The best times I think you straighten your hair is when you're getting a trim. So if you're getting a trim like every 3 months, every 8 weeks, then you could straighten your hair at least like 3 times a year. But to straighten it every week, unless you don't care about your hair curl pattern and you just want to wear it straight and you're like, I'm okay with it, then that's fine. That's okay. And make sure you're probably going to need trims a little sooner than, you know, a little more frequently than 6 to 8 weeks. So I would say do that. Try to avoid the heat. Maybe you could like twist your hair, detangle it, twist it, put some leave-in conditioner, and then afterwards you could probably braid it once it's dried and stretched out. Because once you twist it, you're stretching it out. Or you could do 4 or 6 plaits, and then that will stretch it out, and that'll at least make it more manageable to comb depending on what your hair texture is, right? Alright, so like I said this before, do not go a month without washing your hair. Please don't. Okay, would you go a month without washing your body? I don't think so. And if you did, you got problems. But that's on you. That's not on me. I'm not judging. I just will stay away. Got an alarm. So, you should basically wash your hair every 2 weeks at at minimum. Even if you have a weave in your hair, you can still wash your hair. But I would suggest that you wash your hair and you do it early in the morning so you can have your braids dry throughout the day. Because you don't want to go to sleep with wet braids. That's just going to breed all types of mildew or whatever the case is. It's just going to be a bad look. You don't want to do it. And then that could damage your hair. Who wants mildew in their hair? Ugh. I'm good. Alright, and then, like, even if you work out and stuff, like, if you're working out and you have, like, a leave out, I would suggest you get, like, a hair sweatband and put it around the leave out. You know what I'm saying? Or you might be in trouble because that still might just sweat even more. And then you're going to have to press your hair. Or use edge control. Yes, I like edge booster. They seem to be really good with, like, curly textures. And if it's not straight, I'm down for that. But they have different versions, so you have to make sure you get one without water, because water will make the hair curl up again. Alright, and this is another one. Stay away from rice water. It's very random, I know. Stay away from rice water. I tried it. It basically gave me with dermatitis or whatever the heck that was on my scalp. My dandruff game was crazy for like a good month. It was horrible. I think like bacteria grew on my scalp. I don't know. It was just horrible. And I left it overnight thinking that was going to make my hair grow like everybody on YouTube said. It did not. It made my scalp horrible. So stay away from it. Alright, and do not add too much tension. So when you're brushing your hair, when you're combing your hair, try to be very delicate with your hair. Don't pull it. Tell the braider, do not grab the baby hairs. Do not, because you will lose your hair. You will lose it. Eventually, it's going to thin out and you'll be like, oh, what happened? Because you were too close to the, like, this is the thinnest and most delicate part of your hair is your hairline. Come on now, you pull too much, it's going to break. Like, it's just common sense, all right? Hair is really common sense. It's a part of your body. If you don't treat part of your body right, then, you know what I'm saying? And I forgot the do's. Do take vitamin. I'm skipping back. Do take vitamins and drink water. A lot of water. See, it's not just about using these products. You can use products at Kingdom Come, get Trim's Kingdom Come. But if you're malnourished and you don't have the right essential vitamins in your body, your hair is not going to grow healthy. It's going to put the rest of the body and redirect it, the rest of the energy and nutrients elsewhere. It's not going to focus on your hair. The hair is the least part that your brain is like, oh, we need to get long hair. No, it's like we need to stay living. So if you drink enough water, hydrate yourself, you will see a lot of results in just more ways than one. Better skin, better everything. Alright, and take vitamins. If you're not eating a well-balanced diet that you're supposed to eat, which I'm not going to get into that now, but you can figure that out on the internet. Eat a well-balanced diet as well, because these all these things attribute to having healthy hair. Okay, I just had to point that out. I take my vitamins and I drink tons of water, so I do see a lot of different results than when I didn't do any of that before. So that's just another little nugget. And try to, like, when you're combing your hair, like I said, treat it like a baby. Be very delicate with your hair. Use Y2 combs if your hair's not straight, or if your hair's very tangles easily. So use Y2 combs or a paddle brush with little rubber tips on it. That way you can, like, you know, just comb through it nicely and you're not like breaking off your hair. That's the last thing you want to do. If you notice the comb is not going through it as easily as you want it to, try something else, because you don't want to break your hair. You will break it off, especially if you comb it while it's wet. That's the most delicate stage that your hair is in anyway. So try to use the widest tooth combs you can. And then once it dries, you can maybe be a little more like, come on with it. But don't do too much. Just be as gentle as you can, alright, with your hair. Because you spent, again, all this money and time growing it and trying to maintain healthy hair. Why damage it now? Exactly. So I think I'm done pretty much with my little do's and don'ts to having and maintaining healthy hair. So if you have any questions, just let me know. Comment down below. And don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright. And I just want to say thank you for watching and see you next time. Alright. And visit mercycouturewigs.com, okay, for our Herbal Infused Hair Oil. Yay. Take care, guys.